Hello my friends, and welcome back to the rabbit hole. In today's video, we are putting on a full face of product fails. Yeah, can't wait to see how this one goes. So I brought you guys in a little closer so you'll be able to see the makeup we're putting on, and also so we can have a quick little heart-to-heart here. So this is a series I've been doing that some of you are familiar with. We've done a couple videos in this series before. This is all products that I did not like, they did not work out for me, but we're going to give them all one last chance. Keeping in mind that everything in this video is opinion-based, this is just my opinion, and some people are going to love these products. In fact, some people do and have given me advice on how to use these to get more out of the product. So maybe it can actually be a little bit of an informative video, maybe. But I'm well aware that putting on a full face of products you didn't like is kind of giving a disadvantage to these products. I know that. I still am going to try my absolute hardest. I hope that the end look is awesome. I really hope that, because I don't think I can return any of these products, especially now. Alright, I just primed my entire face so we could get that completely over with. Let's start with this Pure Extreme Visionary eyeshadow palette. I talked about this in an Ulta video. I just have not liked it at all. But you know what? The reviews on this have been good. Doesn't that just make you feel like, what, am I crazy? Is it me? But my problem with this palette is what they added to it, what they changed about the original Visionary is they added hemp oil, and I feel like they put too much in because, well, these swatch beautifully, but using very oily eyeshadows means you don't get mattes, even though you're supposed to. At least that's how I feel. But we're going to try again today. We'll try setting my primer first with the shade Idealist here. I feel like this eyeshadow palette's so beat up too, considering I've barely used it. See, is it just me, or did that look like it was going to be a really light color, but then it's not? This palette is so confusing to me. I'm going to try a really small blending brush in the shade Role Model here, which I think that's a matte, right? Is this supposed to be a matte? I guess so. This really could just be personal preference, though. I was thinking about this today. I've always liked the stiff formulas of eyeshadow. I like the more buildable formulas. I don't actually love this trend of highly pigmented eyeshadows. Also, the creamy ones, they go bad. I have eyeshadow palettes that are so old and they're fine because there's no, humectant ingredients in your powders. If you start adding oils into eyeshadow, it's going to go bad a lot faster. Are you guys able to see that as I blend, the color kind of disappears? It goes kind of patchy. Maybe I have to blend less with this? Is that possible? I'm going to try to wipe it off my eyelid because it's kind of going everywhere. Well, at least it sure wipes away. That's something. I got a smaller brush. I'm going to try to keep this maybe a little more simple. Maybe it just can't be built up a lot. And use the shade Tycoon, which also doesn't really look matte, but we'll try it. Alright, I'm going to blend less. Look how shiny it is. Everything looks shiny. There's no way that these aren't mattes because it says on the box that it contains mattes. And the thing that's so wild is I fell in love with Pure recently. I fell madly in love with them. I was like, this brand is so underrated, but this is the first miss I've had from them. I guess I'll try cutting the crease. Maybe that'll help. Okay, we got that done. I got a lot of fallout going on, don't I? Should we just try to keep this simple, maybe? This is a pretty pink shade. I kind of want to try it. I feel like I have to really not mess up this part because I can't wipe up the edges if this goes everywhere. So then I'm using Girl Boss in my inner corner. I feel like we're kind of pulling it off. I don't know. I'm always so hesitant when I have a product I don't love. I'm like, is it working this time? Well, this is interesting. I can wipe up the fallout incredibly easily with just a damp sponge. That's amazing. So, I feel like this is the best look that I've done with this. I still feel like it looks messy personally, but I think it really helped to not blend as much. So maybe that really does appeal to somebody. It's just, You know what it is? Anytime I encounter eyeshadow palettes where you have to explain a specific way to use them, Morphe, I don't love that because I feel like if you don't follow these specific guidelines with this palette, then you won't like it. You have to use it right. And to me, that's just kind of counterintuitive. But yeah, not blending helped. I still do feel like those mattes are shiny. I still feel that, but we're gonna go with it. I think, you know, keeping it simple helped. Not blending helped. Cutting the crease helped. I think that helped a lot because what was happening when I didn't cut the crease is the colors were really blending into each other. Yeah, blending into each other. No wonder you don't want to blend too much. I'm getting it. I'm understanding this palette. And I also want to revisit the L'Oreal Infallible, the Super Slim Liquid Eyeliner. I didn't like this, but maybe it just wasn't stirred well enough, shaken well enough. I don't know. Shaken, not stirred, right? I felt like this wasn't dark enough the first time I used it, which is usually, in my experience, when liquid eyeliners are the best, the very first time you ever use them. But you know what? This is working out just fine. Look at that. Now it's working fine. Well, this is great. I'm happy about this. See, I'm genuinely happy when something that I think I didn't like works. I guess it was that shake. I guess it needed to be shaken. We're gonna do a wing today to hopefully hide what I don't like over here. So I'm gonna say this is moving from a fail for me into just not a personal favorite. I mean, it worked. It's fine, but I will say the tip is kind of long, and because it's a felt tip, it's just bendy. You don't have as much control over this as, say, my favorite, the Maybelline Hyper Easy, which is definitely on its last leg, forgive me for that, but that's a brush tip and it's much smaller, so you get a lot more control out of this one, whereas, yeah, this is, it's fine, it works, but I don't love it to the level of Maybelline's Hyper Easy. But let's move on to foundation. I am going to use the Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. We're going to give this a try, and I'm going to take one of you guys' advice and try it with a Kabuki brush. Break out the old Sigma F88, all right? We have till April 2020 before this expires, so so yeah, this is the first time I'm showing my face on my channel in what's it been, over a week now. I gotta be honest, the reason I'm sitting down to do this particular video today is I don't have it in me to make a more complicated, more thought-involved type of video. I'm just kind of mentally exhausted. It's bizarre because I feel like I'm fairly decent at handling kind of difficult times, but I think this just ended up being so much more than I could have ever expected. When I made that video 2 weeks ago at this point where I was like, oh, here's some ideas of things we could do, you know, we'll have fun with makeup, we'll do all the stuff that we wear, all the things that we wanted to. See, I'm doing it right now. I still can't speak clearly. We'll just have fun with makeup. We'll have fun with this time of being stuck at home. And then once reality sunk in, I was just like, I don't want to do anything. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm not in the best of spirits. And I think that's really important for me with filming, is I want to make sure I film when I'm in the best of spirits. I think that's so important for all of us that are YouTubers right now to, you know, provide a break from everything. And yet that also means balancing our own mental states. But all that said, I really do want to, I want to really quickly say, you know, if you're feeling similar, if you're like, this is harder than I thought, then please know that we're all in this together. Certainly feeling that here. I think a lot of people are feeling that, but you know, it's important to just keep in mind, we will get through this. If you have rough days, it's okay. It's okay to have those rough days right now. Maybe, you know, just to feel a little down about the reality. You guys, I had such a real breakthrough moment just now, so I put on my favorite concealer, I went to blend it out, and that's when everything started going poorly. Everywhere I touched with the sponge, the problems that I've always had with this foundation started to resurface. I think the Benefit Soft Blur Happy Foundation hates sponges. I bet it's one of those situations where if you don't ever use a sponge, you would think this is a beautiful foundation. I had no problems applying it with the Kabuki brush. But if you use a sponge, you might be like, that's such a bad foundation. I think this is why it's so difficult to watch makeup reviews and know how a product's going to work for you, is because technique varies, application varies. You know, some people love sponges, some people love Kabuki brushes. That was wild. I don't know how this is going to go because I blend my contour out with a beauty blender as well, but I guess we're just gonna go for it because I want to make sure everything else in this video is my favorite products. Oh, I'm so upset. I'd found the solution with the Kabuki brush and I can't seem to get my skin back. Look, see how it's not sticking to my nose here? I just piled it on there, took the Kabuki, still nothing. I don't know. It's like I lost the magic touch that I had for just a second. All right, well, let's move on to the Physicians Formula. I don't know what I was about to say. Physicians Formula Organic Wear Dewy Blush Elixir. So in my Physicians Formula video, I said that I didn't like this and the foundation. I actually did return the foundation, which is a huge shock. I return so little of even products where I'm like, I'm returning this. Yeah, the Tarte Frame Maker Brow Gel, I did not return that. I actually learned I like that. I was being too hard on it. So, you know, I'm always willing to give products a second chance. And that's what's going on with this. That foundation, I could not make that work for me. But this, I got to thinking about it, and I think that even though it's a very light color, okay, here's what I think in a nutshell. I genuinely think the vast majority of you will not like this blush, but I think someone somewhere could actually see it as a holy grail because there is so little color, but what you get is a dewy finish because, again, it's really high in oils. So I think if you're going for a really very, very little makeup look, it actually could be incredibly beautiful, you know? So I feel like it's fair to give this another chance. Maybe I'll even like it on no makeup days. I don't know. I gotta stop viewing it as the same type of blush that I like on a day-to-day basis, which is intense. I like intense blushes always, but you know, maybe it can have a place. And then for highlighter, we're going in the opposite end of the spectrum with the Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Admiral. I paid $3 for this, so I'm not too mad that it's not a favorite, but it's also really hard to work with. I think maybe I'll try putting it on the back of my hand and then transferring it with another brush because just directly applying it looks... Please don't mess up the foundation further. That's like all you get is straight blue glitter plus the difficulty of a liquid application. I feel like this would be better in a powder product. At least with the fan brush, I'm not messing up the foundation too much, but this is a very tedious application, I must admit. I just don't understand who this product is for. If you get close, you can see the tiniest amount of blue glitter, but who wants that? I don't get it. You know, I used to love Stila so much. I just feel like I've had such a flood of failures from them lately, and it saddens me. All right, we're going to add some powder, and we're going to see if that makes it all completely vanish. I feel like it probably will. So I added a little more of the eyeshadow under my eyes. I feel like we're coming together better than almost any other fails video I've done. Even though I'm still really disappointed in that highlighter, I feel like it's one of the worst products in this video. And the blush, once again, completely disappeared. Maybe that blush is just not meant to be used with powder. Maybe that's the trick with it. Let's do this Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. I have never been able to make this work. I really don't know why I didn't return it ages ago. Actually, I do. I like the brush. I like the strange little brush. But the product itself is so hard. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can make it work now that I've powdered. Usually I do my brows first. We're getting any color? A little bit. Okay, a little bit. This is so underwhelming to me. I bet if you had a lot more brows than I do, I bet you could like it a lot more because it doesn't do much. And maybe that's all people with more brows need. But I'll tell you honestly, one thing I figured out is you cannot use this on bare skin. You have to be powdered in order to make this work, which also I don't understand. You know what's really a shame with this? I love this color. This is the shade Medium Blonde. It's perfect. But the problem is because you have to have you know, completely dry skin because it's so stiff. I can't get it to work at all in the this part of my brows, and because I don't grow any of those little hairs there, the ones you're supposed to push up, I just don't grow them. Don't ask me why, ask my body, please. Please be my guest, ask it. I feel like that's my biggest struggle with this, because it seems like it kind of was sticking right on my brows, but just not at all in the middle there. And I need to fake brows there, come on, come on. And also, because I've been pushing so hard, I always get a little bit of redness around my brows. That's cute. That's really cute. Let's move on to this. This is the Iconic London Prep Set Glow. I've actually never tried this. I got this from a friend who said it was too dewy, and I was like, that doesn't exist. Let's shake this up. But I have dry skin. We might madly love this. Oh. Oh no. Why did it come out in little circles all over my face? Uh-oh. Oh, maybe we can't make this work. Oh no, this makeup was actually looking halfway decent. What is this? What is this? Hope I don't regret this. I'm probably going to. You gotta love when you say things like that. Okay, maybe I just have to spray a lot of it. Oh, this is not, that is no way that is a solution to this problem. Well, you know what though? I gotta say, I got rid of the patchiness from my foundation by adding a very different kind of patchiness. Oh. So this particular wig is very polarizing. Some people love it and some people absolutely are repulsed by it. But the way I figure it, that's fine. Nobody gonna get closer than 6 feet to me. Last product, we have the Stardust Rude. I don't really even know what this is. I have made one and only one order ever with a company called Fashion Nova. Henceforth known as Fashion Nope, never again. They had a bunch of brands that I thought were maybe kind of indie brands and maybe I'd find something great, but let's try this as a lip topper today. It's the worst that can happen. I think the problem with this is I really need it to dry down. For example, the Lime Crime Diamond Crushers, those are great, those work. Okay, I feel like that doesn't look horrible, maybe. Not that it looks good, but that's, you could say that's my fault for buying this particular shade. But the thing is, it's stinging my lips, which I don't think is a good thing. Made in PRC, not necessarily a bad thing. Wait. Is that the word glass in the ingredients list? Why is there glass in my lipstick? What on earth is this? I think I'm gonna, you know what? Let's end this video. I'm gonna take off this glass off my lips. And then just never again buy from Fashion Nova. Seems like a logical conclusion to make there. But I will say, I will wrap up this video by saying thank you for watching. First off, I think this is one of the best, making the best of the situation of fails that we've ever had. It's interesting. I feel like a lot of it is as you get better at makeup, as you learn more, you figure out how to make products that weren't working for you work. You know, you try these different techniques, you try different applications, and sometimes you are able to salvage things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.